Hey Indie Game fans! 2020 is a leap year, so we get an extra day in February, but things are really starting to spin up yet again with games. So the top 10 best upcoming releases of the month starts with Kunai, a Metroidvania title which seems to be taking place in the post-apocalypse of our human world, where an evil AI has gone rogue and nearly wiped out all of humanity. And our hero and the enemies encountered are sentient pieces of technology such as tablets and CRT monitors. For whatever reason, Tabby the tablet has ninja skills as well, with quite the interesting colour palette and pleasant art style. Love the genre, so mark me down for this.
I thought my fighting days were over. But when the king decided to enforce everyone to wear pants, I had to do something.
Paw 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 is a side-scrolling beat-em-up that I have pretty high hopes for in inheriting the mantle from Castle Crashers, since it stars a multitude of furry critters as part of the resistance against the king, since he enacted a law that forced everyone to wear pants. As a noted shorts lover myself, I definitely identify with this, but the absurdity of the premise makes it fun. There are RPG elements like leveling up, unlocking skills, equipment upgrades and consumable items, so the gameplay loop should be quite enticing. I do like the art style as well, especially in the animated cutscenes, so fingers crossed it will be good.
It's wrong. It's unnatural. We are the resistance. We are the anti-pants.
My name is Hans Heimer, first sergeant in the Koth army, and there are shit times ahead.
The self-described offspring of the 4X and tower defense genres, Empire in Ruins mashes together one of my favorite genres with another which isn't, so I'm curious to see where this takes me. The trailer does show off quite a bit of tower defense, with RPG elements for your commander and skill and technology unlocks. The permanence of the Empire management and a world map to conquer seems like a tantalizing prospect.
So I guess I'll have to get this shit done before I can get back to my armchair and decent brandy.
Budda Hora is a 1-bit love letter to Junji Ito and H.P. Lovecraft, but you guys know that I'm not a fan of horror games, so you may be asking, why is this on the list? Well, the 1-bit black and white look is distinct and stands out, so big props to the developer, and weirdly enough, this is said to have roguelite elements with turn-based combat as well, so colour me curious. The beautiful adventure game Luna the Shadow Dust finally launches next month, and is a title which caught my eye during one of those events last year. The hand-drawn art is absolutely beautiful, and true to its name, shadows and lighting are impressive as well. I'm not the biggest adventure game fan in the world, and I think that the developers have identified similar issues that people have with the genre, so they have put less reading, more cinematics as a feature on the store page. A wordlessly told story can be effective, so I'm curious about this, but it really is such a beautifully illustrated and animated game, which is very impressive for a team of 4. Just a quick note, if you are new here and enjoyed the video so far, be sure to subscribe and check out the Discord channel while you are at it. Here's to more indie gaming coverage, so back to the video. Soul Reaper is a monster taming RPG that I have been meaning to cover in one of my videos, but lo and behold, its early access launch is imminent. Play as a Reaper on a quest to defeat the Midnight Council by reaping the souls of his enemies and turning them to your side. It has a classic side-view, turn-based combat system, but very interestingly, your party is organized in a 3x3 grid, so up to a total of 9 creatures on screen, which seems like quite a lot. Souls can be used to boost and level up your creatures, consumed by the Reaper to increase his power level, or even slotted into equipment, so plenty to do here. It cites Pokemon, Diablo, Final Fantasy and Castlevania as its inspirations, and with 80 plus creature designs, this has got me excited. What took the Desolation got on my list of upcoming turn-based indie games since it reminds me very strongly of Heroes of Might and Magic, one of my favourite series of all time. Combat takes place on a hex grid, where you have to assemble and lead your party of adventurers. The art style looks quite Darkest Dungeon inspired to me, but the structure of this seems to be run-based and is a self-described open-world survival RPG, whatever that means.
In Stone Shard, the classic roguelike RPG meets fresh gameplay ideas to create an unforgettable experience for hardcore players and newcomers alike. Explore the vast kingdom of Aldor, a once magnificent land, now ravaged by war and decay.
Stone Shard is a pixel art roguelike RPG, which should satisfy the pedantic sticklers for definitions since it is turn-based, has permadeath and is procedurally generated. Play as a mercenary and assemble a caravan of followers as you embark on an epic journey across the kingdom.
And spreading valleys of Aldor, where every enemy, be it a cunning bandit or a mythical vampire, has unique abilities that will challenge your skills. Build your character however you like. Would you be an axe-wielding sorcerer or a potion-brewing ninja? The choice is yours. Make use of an impressive variety of weapons and traits to create a truly unrivaled hero.
Obviously, from the inventory screen, one can certainly see the Diablo influence, and as a fan of both of these, it certainly caught my eye, and add to that the sweet pixel art. This had quite the successful Kickstarter campaign and was originally scheduled to be released in 2018, so it's been a long time coming, and to me, looks like it may increase the interest in the traditional roguelike genre due to how good it looks.
Your followers have unique tempers, interests, and needs. They will judge you by your victories and failures on the battlefield, and can leave your service forever if morale falls too low. Danger is everywhere.
A variety of races and character classes, as well as followers that you can recruit, certainly adds to the replayability, so to experience what so many people love about the genre, this is high on the list.
Are you great enough for this challenge? Stand up to your fate. Become a noble hero and save Aldor, or become a cold-hearted villain and plunge the kingdom into chaos. We'll meet again in a world of stone sharp.
Speaking of Diablo, Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem is a beautiful looking action RPG that has no class restrictions, and in that way could be similar to Path of Exile and Grim Dawn. This has been in early access for a little while and is launching in 1.0, but there was some controversy surrounding the game's change of direction from a more open world structure to the more linear Diablo style campaign. However, there is a weapon combo system with up to 14 stances, asymmetric armor, where your left and right shoulder pads can be different, gems for slotting into equipment, active skill modifiers, a passive skill tree, and most important of all, a ton of loot. The 1.0 release will have a full 3-act campaign and an endgame mode that promises a ton of content as well. This one just slipped in as the early access release date for ScourgeBringer got confirmed on the day of recording, a roguelike action platformer that is set to combine Dead Cells with Celeste. This looks fast and fluid with awesome pixel art to boot. The platformer variant of the roguelike is perhaps my favourite, but my two main concerns heading in is what kind of meta progression structure there is, if any, and how much content there is currently in this package, but it has been making some noise with alpha testers taking the #1 spot. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, share and subscribe, check out the recommended playlist or the best pick for you, and I will see you after the jump.